Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and this is just another day in the life. I worked the last few days, so I'm a little exhausted again, and but I still want to get a few things done, and I'm going to bring you along with me. Watering my plants. So this plant is over 10 years old, and I really need to take it outside and deal with it. Uh, but it's gonna be a lot of work. But it survived. It's wrapped around. When I had gotten it, it was smaller, and it was wrapped around this styrofoam that's right here from the person that it had come from, and it did good. And then it got knocked over, so then it busted the styrofoam. So I've had to use these wooden like rods that I've stuck in there to help keep it together. And yeah, I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. I water it faithfully. I lift it up. I fork. I literally take a fork and I fork the soil to break it up. As you can see, it's like a leaning tower of Pisa here. I just have to make the time to do this. This poor thing. It's funny it doesn't rebel. I pull off all the dead leaves. And I keep it trimmed as well so that it doesn't get out of hand. But right now, okay, enough judgment on myself. Poor thing. Maybe you should judge me. I don't know. I'm all about giving something a chance. But this has gotten out of hand, I'm telling you. And I do give my plants this indoor Miracle-Gro plant food when I water it. I don't give it a lot, I just, because I keep an eye on everything. I'm judging myself now. Alright, then I just let it sit in the sink, and if it wants to drain any of the water that I had given it, then it will. Oh, I don't know what to do with this thing. It may be on its last legs. I may take a trimming from it and grow it out in some water till it gets roots, and then plant it and start fresh. I might do that, but I don't have time for it today. We'll see. It'll give me a chance to think about it. So we do have these plants in here. We don't have a lot of windows that are good for sunlight, so hence when it's dreary days and I'm home, the light goes on. In fact, I don't think I've got it on the right setting. Oh. There, I think I have to have it on that. Anyhow, This was the mother plant to this. They're spider plants, of course, and you know they give out babies all the time. We had a second baby in there, but it didn't survive. I just checked it. And this one is growing roots, as you can see. So pretty soon we'll be able to get that in some dirt. It's my daughter's plant, so that's why it's out here, up here, for right now. But like I said, we'll see with that other plant. This one may take the spot of that one in the living room. I know, don't judge. Don't judge me, don't judge me. Okay, so in the spare bedroom here, I have a little corner for the grandkids. And it is just little. I am going to go through it and take out things that are not age appropriate anymore because they're growing up. My youngest grandkids are 6. My oldest one is 11. And I already went through this. What gave me the, I'm like, okay, got to go through the Play-Doh because my oldest daughter with my oldest grandson had given me some stuff to keep here for the younger kids to play with. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean this up. That didn't take long at all. I have a small pile of things I got to go through here. The older games, I'm going to get them put away. And some books that actually belong to somebody else. So I've had a couple boxes of stuff that needs to go to the thrift store, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So for supper tonight, we're eating our potatoes, and I'd gotten some onions from some Amish people, and so that was really nice. And I took out kielbasa, and my husband cooked up some cabbage the other day. So we're gonna have, I don't know, is it like a kielbasa hash? And that's what we're gonna have for supper tonight. I microwaved these potatoes some so that they're partially cooked for when, when I go to fry them. Everything's going to be fried in a saucepan, or not a saucepan, a frying pan. So that's what we're going to have for supper tonight. Okay, so this is what I just did. I had a little bit of onion left in there, so I just added a little bit more. Here are those potatoes that I microwaved a little bit, just soften them up, and then that way they won't turn brown while I store them in the refrigerator. Kielbasa's cut up. This is what my husband cut up last night and had. This is potatoes, so I'm gonna mix them in with that. We'll eat them up. It's like leftover makeover slash not. And then here's that cabbage, and I'll add that to it as well. So that is going to be supper tonight, and hopefully I remember to bring you along while I do it. And so we ate up our sausage patties that were that I pre-made and I had put in the freezer that I didn't use. So I thought, why not take out another chub and we'll make more patties. So that's what I'm doing here. All right, so I finished cooking up the sausage patties and they're gonna cool and then I'll put them in the freezer. To do too, we have a family thing that we're going to this coming weekend, so I have to get this dress ironed, but I'm not gonna bring you along for that. But that's why that's hanging there. I took a look over into this cabinet. Oh my God, that's another project for another whole day. It's a catch-all. See, it's got doors. In a sense, we can hide it, but can't. Yeah, that's another whole project for another day. And you know what? The drawers are just as bad. You see that? Okay, and then down here, catch all. Nobody's perfect, right? But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that real quick. Okay, so we're doing a garden update. The lettuce is pretty much done up here. I'll get what I can off of that down there, and then we'll remove all this and we'll amend the soil just a little bit. And I think I'm done planting anything up here. Just can't keep up with it. We've been so busy with family things, but we did get some good lettuce off of that. And then I'll bring you down here. We just had gotten some more rain again, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain. There's so many states that haven't had any rain. The apple tree, they're starting to fall down now off of here. We've already taken some to people that want it for their animals, and we're going to be doing more with the rest of that. Come down here. The peas and beans I did on a day. I was just in a really big hurry to get it done because I had to go to work. The peas were done and the beans were pretty much done. So I removed all of those, got rid of them, and boy, was it a chore trying to unwind these these flowers I put here. You know, it was a mistake, but like I've said before, you learn. I'm not really great with flowers, and I knew these were climbing things. I just didn't realize the work that they would create planting them next to other things where they would grab onto them. So I know that for next year. The morning glories, I restrung those. Some of them, well, there is part of a pea plant up there because it entangled around it. I tried getting as many pea plant of the peas that I cut off of there, but And then these flowers over here, they're doing great. They're all blooming. Aren't they beautiful? They're just so pretty. And the beans here were all done. The radishes were all done, so I had harvested them. The tomatoes, those are my husband's responsibility, although I do water them when we do need watering. Like I said, we did get some rain today, so that helped. One squash plant, I don't know how these are going to work out. I started them later. They are yellowing, but they do look like they want to sprout something. This one here has already got a flower on it, and I think it might be prima donna. I don't know. I'm not the greatest with squash. This one's yellowing too. This one too. So we'll just see what we get. I'm all about, I take what I can get. The cabbage, yeah, they're still little, and I highly doubt. It says it takes a long time for them to get to where you can actually harvest them. I don't think they're going to make it. But again, I take what I can get. Now over here, this lettuce that I planted is coming up really good. The kale is coming up good again. Just a little bit of bug damage, but I'm thinking probably this weekend I'll be able to pick some of the kale. Lettuce is still too small yet to harvest. And these radishes over here that I had planted, boy oh boy, they're doing pretty good. That's doing good. I'm thinking the other ones were just in too hot a sun. Not sure how these are going to go, but there's a few that you can see. And these wildflowers gotten out of control. They're definitely not something that you want to put in a raised garden, but you know what? I don't care. They are beautiful. And I know I've seen bees. Look at, yeah, well, because one of them ugly bugs in there eating it. Hate them things. Look at how beautiful that one is. Is that not gorgeous? My carrots, I should be able to harvest here like really soon. I'm going to wait until I have a day off, and then I can clean that up. But the garden's coming to an end, and it was a pretty good season. I mean, granted, I got a lot of beans. I canned them. We did have to go to the farmer's market for my first set of canning for the beans, and that was okay. We ate a lot of fresh. Oh, look at, there's a bee. Look at, oh, how wonderful is that? Oh, better leave him alone. I don't want to bother him. But anyway, so that's it for the garden update. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty that is. I'm just amazed at these seeds. When I planted them, I know I've said it before, they looked like bird seed, like I was feeding the birds, and this just turned out magnificent. Totally magnificent. All right, that's it for the garden. So we needed more cranberry juice in the refrigerator, and I make my own cranberry juice. I do a video on that, and this is from January 24. So it's definitely ready to be used, and you have to strain it out. So that's what I'm doing. And with any canned item, you always check if there's any movement. Check the seal before you open it. I always try to wipe the lids off because they're dusty. And you can hear the suction from that. Now, you can smash these up and put them in like, a cranberry muffin or something like that. I don't do that. All the nutrients and everything is out of it. If you have chickens, I think they like them. I don't have chickens. But I'll just let this sit here for a few moments, and then I'll put it into the container. I'm going to have my garbage right down here, so I'm going to put these in the garbage. Get this in the container that we store it in. And there's our cranberry juice. When I can this, I don't add any sugar. We don't add any sugar to our cranberry juice at all. When you can yours, you can do that. The benefits of the cranberry juice for your body is more than likely better than without the sugar. So that's why we have it. And it is tart. It's not sweet at all. But home canned cranberry juice from cranberries I got back in November, and then I threw them in my freezer. And then that batch I canned in January. So, yep. And yes, taking out the garbage is part of day in the life, because it's just how it is, people. So I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna take it out to the receptacle outside. Then I'll wash my hands after I come back. Okay, I just went downstairs and got the laundry. So I'm going to be folding that. I had to get new shoes because of my feet. So hence that's why they're there, because I have to wear them in the house, but I take them off for a break every once in a while. I'm going to put these back. Okay, so I'm going to get started on getting supper ready. So I'm going to use this big pan. I'm going to need it. I'm going to get it on. Get it warm before I add my fats in. I'm going to add some bacon drippings in there with it, even though the kielbasa will make some. And then I can just wipe out what I don't need. Okay, so my pan should be hot enough to take the grease. And I'm just going to keep the grease up because I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if I need any more or not. sorry if you hear the fan on, but I had to turn the hood on because I had to. So this looks like it's just about done. So I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to remove this before I add the potatoes. So I'm going to leave what grease is in there. There's not much. In fact, I'm probably going to add more when I add the potatoes. So next I'm going to add the onions. I'm going to turn it back on, get it heated up nice, add the onions, and the onions should help take some of that caramelization on the bottom up. And I'm also going to add more bacon grease or drippings, bacon drippings, before I add these potatoes. As I've said, I'm not very good at keeping up with the videoing of when I'm cooking in this. So I put the onions in, I put some more bacon drippings in, I added the potatoes I did earlier. These were the ones that my husband did yesterday. I'm just going to add them in there too. Let's get them all in the pot. Alright, so we're going to fry it back. Alright, so I also added that cabbage as well. Get that in there. That might help bring some of the flavors from the bottom up. One thing about frying the starch, it tends to stick to the bottom of the pan, no matter how much grease you put in there. But I am going to put a little bit more. This is definitely not a healthy food or a healthy meal, but we're eating up stuff that we have. Now I added back in the kielbasa. Okay, so it is done. I gotta shut off. Sorry for the fan. So it is pretty much like a kielbasa hash. And it tastes good. I already took a sample of it. Okay, so that is it. Finished ironing the dress. That was my last project that I set out for myself for today. I want to thank you folks for joining me today. I hope it wasn't too boring. But I just thought I'd bring you along with me. I want to thank you again for joining me. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I want you folks to make it a really great day.